All right, everybody, I'm here. I am back to streaming. It's great to be back not only on YouTube and Twitch, but also Facebook. We were not able to be on Facebook last week for the RNC because the copyright elements, because of the music, were a real problem. So I'm glad to be back on Facebook as well. And we have what is surely to be a very humiliating and bizarre presentation from Donald Trump. We're waiting for him, I guess, to arrive in North Carolina and then scheduled to say some things at the top of the hour. So we're going to keep an eye on that. But I have so much to talk to you about, so much to tell you about. As you all may know, many of you haven't noticed, and that's fine. But some of you noticed that I did not stream since the RNC on Thursday night. And it's because my brain was in recovery mode from taking in so many high level ideas. And I just took a little bit of time off. And on Monday, when I would have been streaming, I was in transit back to, oh no, am I muted again? Oh no, I'm muted. No, I'm kidding. I know I'm not. I was when I would have streamed this week on Monday, I was in transit back to out of the bunker and back to the studio. So in any case, I'm here now is the point, and we're going to hear from Trump at the top of the hour, but I wanted to start a little bit early because I have so many things to discuss. Now, this is very interesting. I had a perfect phone call yesterday with my YouTube rep, and he explained to me that people at YouTube are very aware of the David Pakman Show streams, and during the RNC, we actually beat out, okay, on some of the nights, our stream, meaning you, right? I mean, I didn't do any. I didn't show up and watch. You showed up and watched. We beat out the Young Turks for our RNC coverage. The Young Turks have like 4 or 5 million subscribers or something. We beat Crooked Media, which I think is like is it Pod Save America with John Favreau? I think that's Crooked Media. Anyway, they're huge. They have huge institutional money. But listen to this. On at least one of the RNC nights, we beat the Trump YouTube channel. More people on a particular night watched the RNC on this YouTube channel instead of through the Trump YouTube channel. So in any case, people at YouTube were going crazy. They were up in arms. I guess they almost destroyed YouTube headquarters because they saw how well our streams were doing, and people were going crazy. 3 people reportedly pulled their hair out and are now on Rogaine. It was absolutely insane. So in any case, the streams are doing really, really well, and it's great to be back. And of course, we had our best month in a year on Twitch in August, which was beautiful. By popular demand, I'm keeping subscriber numbers on screen, as you can see above my head. So a lot of very, very exciting things going on. Now, I do also have, Fork Bomb says happy birthday, David, via Super Chat, which I appreciate. My birthday's not for months, but I still like it. Let me actually answer a few Super Chats just before we move on. Also, Oceanova subscribed on Twitch and says, do I think foreign powers are trying to exert influence via Reddit? Yes. Specifically, the Sanders for President subreddit. That I don't know, but certainly they are using Reddit. That's absolutely for sure. And before I fall too far behind, I also want to thank Andrew Olson, who's new member number 1 today at joinpacman.com, just kicking us off. Okay, other super chats. Matt Chavez says, what's the likelihood of the electorate in red states still voting for Trump if the majority in their state goes to Biden, but by only a small amount? I don't know that I understand the question. How likely is it that the electorate votes Trump if most people vote Biden? I'm sorry, I don't know. But I think the message is we have to fight for every vote, for every single vote. That's important. Chakaseki says, hey, Dave, what do you think has more strokes, Donald Trump's miserable golf game or his good brain? I'm going to opt out of commenting on that because later today I have a very strong clip on the Trump mini strokes allegations, and I don't want to get ahead of myself. Sunil Mutwani says, hey, David, love the content. Couldn't get through it without you. Also, why do your videos always get ads from the Epoch Times? We have no control over the ads. Jeffrey Geltman says, glad you're super happy about how well you're doing, but I still don't have access to the OnlyFans. I'm starting to think something is up. Remember, there is no OnlyFans. There is a Cameo, or sometimes I call it Cameo, but I tend to call it Cameo. Okay. Bronx Bjorn says, David Pakman out of the basement disappoints America again. Donate to Trump now for 600% match. Tired of these emails. I get those all the time. And you know what's crazy? My email account has automatically started flagging the emails from Trump talking about how he desperately needs me to donate $1. They've automatically started to be flagged as spam, which I think is accurate, quite frankly. I think that's perfectly accurate. Scrubby Bubble says, happy birthday, David. Remember when you said you might get 1 million by the election? I have an incredible update for you. In fact, let's take a look at Social Blade. You will now see that Social Blade is able to issue a projection that we will be at 1 million subscribers on October 3rd, a full month before the election. If we can keep it going, we're at 979 right now. It's that 1,000, obviously. 979,000. And we are slated to hit by October 3rd. And we're slated to hit 50,000, by the way, on Twitch very soon as well, which I think is going to be really, really important for us. Okay. Wait, I had a bunch of different things for you. I do have memes. I also am going to be debuting the David Plosman Shuffle, which is an incredible compilation video by one of our viewers named Ryan. So I'm going to get that. I'll get to that at some point. Do people want other memes, as we say, first? Do you want Trump unleashing a brutal attack on bagged soup, if you can imagine? Or do you want the Plosman Shuffle? What do people want? I'll just take, it's going to be an informal survey of the chat. Some people are saying yes to everything. I'm going to do everything, but we have time. I don't know what the order is going to be. A lot of people want soup, Plosman Shuffle, soup, memes, video first. People want everything. Okay, let's do soup first. Let's get soup out of the way. Oh, wait a second. No. I have a letter hack. This is not really meme worthy, but this is the latest Seinfeldization of Sam Cedar versus David Pakman to 1 million. This is, I guess I'm Newman because I'm wearing the postal jacket and Sam is Jerry. Hello, Pakman. Hello, Sam. So there's not actually animosity between us. And in fact, I don't know that I should say this because it's sort of giving you a peek behind the curtain, but Sam has already recorded a congratulatory video on 1 million. We have to plan these things in advance. So Sam has already recorded his congratulations to me and I have it. It's just, we're not going to use it until it's time, which I think is fair. Okay, here is Trump launching a brutal attack on soup. Okay, this was from July 31st, but it was basically publicized yesterday.
And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick. It's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right?
Right.
And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup for my family. They're so innocent. This is soup for my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup.
Have you guys ever bagged soup? Now, I've seen Manischewitz soup packets. It's sort of a bag in the sense that, you know, you mix it with your broth and spices, I guess. But bags, I've seen bags of wine. I've not seen bags of soup.
And they lay it on the ground and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our
anarchists,
cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup for my family.
Soup.
And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people. These are just protesters. Isn't it wonderful to allow protesting? No. Yeah. And by the way, the media knows it better than we do.
Yep.
They know
so anyway, I mean, you know, what is true is I've been suspicious of alphabet soup for a long time. It could spell disaster if you don't handle it correctly in a literal sense. You understand what I'm saying? But no, I don't know. Soup to me is not dangerous. I mean, certainly I've read about a bad chowder, but I don't think soup is really dangerous, and consommes in particular, bisques, are completely inoffensive to me. So that's Trump on soup. Okay, let's get now. Should we do the David Plosman shuffle? It seems we still have time. Let me do a couple other just thank yous. DJ Saint Trujan has subscribed with Prime. Goku has subscribed with Prime. We have new member number 2, My Abmacher. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And Corbin Paradis is new member number 3. Consider yourselves invited, by the way, to come to my website at joinpacman.com and grab a membership. I'll do a couple other super chats, then we'll debut David Plosman Shuffle. Unknown Prodigy says, what happens to your viewership when Biden gets elected? People like watching you the most to alleviate the Trump train wreck. So I discussed this, in fact, with my YouTube rep. If Joe Biden were to win, first of all, between November and January, it'll be even more Trump craziness. January, we will be a channel that holds Biden accountable to the things he has promised, and there will be untold amounts of disgusting pond scum bottom feeding Republican obstruction to cover if Biden is president. So we're going to have our hands very full. We're going to be juggling a lot if Joe Biden becomes president. So those are some of the things that we are thinking of. CC has grabbed a YouTube subscription. Whoa, hold on a second. A lot happening here. Cynical Insomniac says, heads up, y'all. I'm in Ohio. Trump will win it. Tiffany Hall says, David, if you could ask Trump any one question and he couldn't lie, what would you ask him? Did you really want to be president? Insight of the Ages says, putting the headline ahead of the event is a clear sign of gaslighting. Who is holding the lantern, David? Thank you. Kyle Hopper says, one of our voters named Kyle. Oh, one of our viewers. Okay, all right. Kyle Hopper is the person who made the David Plosman shuffle. Let's just get to it. I was laughing out loud at this earlier today. I present to you, with no further delay, let's just make sure. Okay, we still have time. This is the David Plosman shuffle. Take a look at this. Let's see what else we've got here.
The David Pakman
Shuffle.
By the way, this is Bernard Purdy. Fantastic drummer. So you've heard me say it. This is not a rehearsal, right? Very, very important stuff, because this could get really ugly really quickly.
Ow! Now, the big question.
You all see what's going on. I see what's going on. We're not going to fall for it. These bizarre semantic games, philosophical black holes that people are getting, we're just not going to bite. I would return the ballot as soon as possible if you're mailing it. If you have the ability to drive it to a ballot box, I would do that as well. And that's actually my plan. So make sure you have a plan that makes sense based on what's happening in your state, based on where you can drop off ballots in your state, and don't make plasma out of nowhere. Gets me every time. Your plan on the basis of a false sense of security from this announcement. That's the most important message, I think. Oh, man. It's the best. We have to just vote early, but it's too close. It's too risky.
We really need donations of the plasma.
T and I will have to make a decision about how and when I send in my ballot, and assume nothing going into November. Every single voter, I apologize, I know I say this a lot. Yep. Every single voter should act as if their vote could turn your state from one candidate to the other, which is to overwhelm the vote to such a degree that none of these bamboozlings and lies actually help Donald Trump to get reelected. I was born in Argentina.
Plasma.
What we have to make sure we do is to vote, participate, keep the pressure on as far as the post office, keep the pressure on as far as vote by mail. And fundamentally, the question is, do you want to remove Trump enough that you will vote for Joe Biden? It's going to be a turnout battle, and specifically it'll be turnout in key states, which will decide who wins.
It's convalescent plasma.
Crawl over broken glass to vote in November. So my ethnicity is Ashkenazi Jewish. Right. Our focus needs to be getting out the vote, and making sure that we vote.
Authorization for a treatment known as convalescent plasma.
A wide array of effective treatments, including a powerful antibody treatment known as convalescent plasma.
I know you guys are too smart.
But why would we take any chance? All right, we're going to cut it there. I don't want to show you the entire thing right now, but it is killer. It is absolutely killer. So we're going, this entire video, there's like an extra minute, which I'm not going to show you. I have to keep the mystery going to some degree. We are going to save it for when we publish it. It has not been published yet, okay? I mean, okay, Ryan has it on his channel, but we have not yet published it. And what my favorite moment is this moment right here.
A wide array of effective treatments, including a powerful antibody treatment known as convalescent plasma.
That's just the best. Okay, so that is that. I'm not showing you any more today, and we will be publishing that very, very strongly to our YouTube channel. But wait a second, Kyle, did I say the name wrong? I said Ryan. Oh, wait a second. Hold on a second. Ryan. Right, it's Kyle. Okay, it's not Ryan. Kyle is the person who made it, and it's Kyle Hopper, who's right there. And okay, I think we figured out who did that video. So it's extremely, extremely good. Okay, continuing on, let me just get other memes out of the way just to get these done. So this is a beautiful one. Who works harder to earn your subscription? Is it deepfake six-pack David Pakman, or is it Sam Cedar? Okay? You make the decision, and then you decide where you want to sign up. David versus the Colossus, as you can see here, the battle for 1 million subscribers, a sort of David versus Goliath stylized poster of some kind. And we are getting very, very close to the 1 million. And then lastly, the Beatles, A Hard Day's Night. This was, whoa, hold on. This was the day where I had the Beatles haircut, as you can see, and really fitting right in there with, I think this is Paul, right? This is Paul over here. And this is that Ringo? Actually, I'm not sure. Is that George Harrison or Ringo? I'm not sure. But anyway, there I am. So those are other memes that I have. And remember, you can always send me your memes through the website contact form, david@davidpakman.com, for very special elements that you need to get to me. People in disagreement about whether that's George or Ringo. Okay, very good. Let's see what else we've got going on here. Oh, other people, I don't want to miss anybody else who has signed up. Rex Fleischer is new member number 4 today. Max Lindell is new member number 5. Ethan Pape is new member number 6, as we see Trump arriving. Becky Castillo is number 7, and Dominique and Kristen Jagi are together new members number 8. Remember that we do have a coupon code 2020 now. Membership is the #1 funding source for our program, and I would invite you to go to joinpakman.com, grab yourself a membership. I will thank you, and it will be a beautiful, beautiful event as Donald Trump arrives here. Unclear if he will be speaking right away. What a moment. What a moment. Thanks to Josho1977 for subscribing over on Twitch, as well as Ansel, Soul Ball Bearings, Up Nup, King Pazzo Criminal, Clertis, kind of like a version of Cletus, I guess, Clertis, all signing up and supporting. This is Donald Trump in North Carolina. Let's continue on with some super chats that are coming in. Kyle asks, if Trump wins, can Democrats impeach for the Hatch Act violation? Not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. RDX Devin Nunez's cow says a vote for Biden is a vote for Trump. LOL. That certainly is not true. It looks like the cameraman was knocked down. Hopefully they're able to stand up and get the camera refocused again. Does seem like light cloud cover in North Carolina. Not super useful, but I guess a curiosity. nonetheless. Austin Smith says, do you think the narrative around Joe... Oh, boy, what's going on here? Do you think the narrative around Joe Biden's cognitive decline on social could be attributed to misinformation from Russia and other countries? Yes, very much so. Here is Trump clapping for the crowd and doing a fist pump. As you can see, not a mask in sight. I don't think I see a single mask here. No, not see. I'm seeing a beret, but not a single mask here. So we're continuing to keep an eye on this upcoming event that we are going to hear from Donald Trump. I would expect a lot of crazy things. Donald Trump taking the mic. Let's listen.
2 seconds. Thank you very much, everybody. It's great to be with you. I'm going to a battleship. Did you ever hear of a battleship to North Carolina?
What?
We're sailing with some of our incredible veterans, and it's really, boy, this is a lot of people. There might be a few people. So we won a big race in 2016, and they say the enthusiasm right now is far greater than even 2016. I have to say this is the most important election in the history of our country. Because we're running against people that have got some big issues. They've got some big, big problems. They're stone cold crazy, and we have to keep our country. And as you know, Joe Biden...
Just so you guys know, this is not actually the event. This is just Trump grabbed a mic on the way to the event. Everything of the audio and video are atrocious.
That means your stocks, your 401ks. We have to do what we're doing. The country's coming back really strongly. I'm going to say hello to this group, then I'm going to say hello to that group, and then I'll say a few words.
Right.
Okay? Thank you. I'll be right there.
What's Trump doing?
Right down, right there.
Okay, so I guess this is a campaigning. This is what you would call campaigning. I'm not really sure. So Trump going to walk around a little bit and I guess talk to people. And then we're going to, then presumably the event is going to start at some point. Green Party Trevor asks whether I saw David Blaine's ascension stunt. I didn't. But what, I did hear about it. Producer Pat told me a little bit about it. I do want to say thanks to MultiBeast for subscribing with 7 months on Twitch Prime, saying vote early, vote often. I say just early. Often is a little bit of a controversial thing to say, but I appreciate that. Also, thanks to everybody else, including Green Man, who subscribed, who says, big and beautiful September, discounts on all subs. Yes, my goal would be for this to be our best month ever on Twitch. It is September. I don't know exactly what it means, but I got a few emails about it from Twitch, and I guess everything is discounted. All subs discounted on Twitch. Very, very exciting. And I think that that's something we should all bear in mind. Eric says if Trump had a stroke, they would have taken him to the zoo to use their veterinary MRI machine because he wouldn't fit in a human one. That's below us. That's beneath us. Nah, I don't like that. Lazarus says, do you like Mexican food? Yes. If so, what dish? All of them. Insight of the Ages says, why push the hoax that Trump didn't condemn white supremacists at Charlottesville? You were responsible for the violence. I don't know what you're talking to me about right now. Tyler in the Resident says, good luck today in your PogChamps match. Yes, 5 p.m. East. Danny Thompson says, you mentioned a story of something you did from a past Politicon that would be controversial, disappointing, or shocking. Would you consider sharing this as part of our reward for YouTube at 1 million? I don't know. I'll think about that. Per Tiren coming in from Sweden with 1,000 Swedish kroner super chat. Thanks, Per. Dominique Jaggy has subscribed on YouTube. JCVC says, David, congratulations on getting into the championship bracket for PogChamps. I'm rooting for you. Yeah, I will be playing my quarterfinal chess match in PogChamps 2 today at 5 East to West. 5 East to West. I've done no preparation. I've been taking time off from everything. So I'm just going to go in and play the best chess that I can. If I lose, I'm out of it. And that's going to be it. So we will see how that goes. Thanks to Cogento for subscribing on Twitch, as well as Boy Meets Minnie for gifting 3 subscriptions, which I appreciate. Secret Service furious with the camera person. Let's see what's happening. All right, they're going with YMCA once again, I guess, during this event. And Donald Trump getting into a vehicle. And very, very soon we should be seeing him at the event, which we are waiting for over on the White House channel. This was just Trump's arrival. And when that will start, supposedly a minute ago. But as you can see, Trump just yelling things at people for now. So probably still going to be a while. ST Wilson says, keep up the good work. Thank you. I appreciate that. Where did that message go? Tribalson says, will Ivanka ever be POTUS? You know, I actually worry that not only would Donald Trump's reelection be bad because Trump would be president for 4 years, but I think it very much opens the door to sliding right into an Ivanka or Don Jr. candidacy in 2024. Or 2028, which would be really, really scary. They might take one cycle off to make it seem a little bit less dystopian, but we will see. I want to say thanks to Kay McNamara, who's new member number 9 today. Diana Shelton is new member number 10. And Lawrence Siderman is new member number 11. You can sign up at joinpacman.com if you would like. MC Peter File says, the name is Pacman, erudite, liberal, not a caveman. Been hating on Trump since 2015. Hey, MAGA crowd, check your hygiene. My hair is slick, my wit is quick. If you vote red, go back to the Triassic. Okay, some kind of a poem. Dalton Haskins says, if Republicans keep control of the Senate, do you think the newly elected senators would break from Trump, re-election being 2 years after Trump's term? Too early to know. I try to focus on one election at a time. Jason Nadal says, Tim Pool announced he's voting for Trump based on his agenda. Is anyone surprised? Will you ever interact with him again? I have no idea. I haven't seen anything he's done or said for months. And I haven't seen what Tim said. Ali says, have you seen Destiny's take on the Kenosha shooter? He believes it was self-defense. No, I haven't seen that, but that sounds troubling. But I'd be glad to talk to him about it. Lee says, really enjoy your show, David. Thank you. Beetle. Okay, so Trump's arrival is now over. So I guess now we're waiting for, let's see, Fox News. Let's see if there's a different live event here. Not yet. If anybody knows of a feed other than the White House feed, which is not yet live, that might be live in the room where Trump is going, let me know. And I will switch to that feed. Beetle Greg says it's George. Okay. Big SOS man, Florida prediction and a long response as to why. I have no idea. Listen, if you forced me to bet money, I probably say that the polling is correct and Joe Biden's going to win Florida. Like if you force me to bet, but the truth is it's so uncertain that I don't see any reason to even get. I mean, just everybody's got to vote. Biden might win, he might not. That's it. Okay. Per Tiran says both of you are cute. I don't know who you mean. But I winning the COVID debate against alt-right people here, blocked from several by just posting report vids from scientists. Keep the fight up. Per, we love you here. I appreciate the support. Thank you. RDX says Russia didn't make Joe talk about little kids touching his leg hair. What normal person says that? They're both gone. I actually am having trouble even knowing what people are talking about right now. Katrina Lania says, I listen to you every day. Truth reigns supreme. Thanks, Katrina. I appreciate that. Dominic Richardson says, do you ever still think about the time when you were in that documentary for at-risk LGBT teens? Yes, I was once in a compilation in a documentary as a gay teen who had committed suicide because I was bullied. And I was like 27 years old at the time. And I'm not gay and I wasn't bullied and I was very much alive. So that was a weird moment. Let's see. So do we have any other live streams right now? Let's see. Is now this live? I'm trying to see if anybody is currently live so we could switch to that feed. Trump, North Carolina. There's one that's local news, which is not so good. Oh, it looks like Washington. Oh, beautiful. Washington Post is live. Let's get over to the Washington Post stream where we are awaiting Donald Trump's arrival. Perfect. Okay, here we go. So now we're not going to miss a minute of it as it all happens. Very good. Prior Guy says, David, what's up with the loud ass camera shutters at the press briefings? Haven't they heard of digital plasma cameras? Yeah, I don't know why it's so loud. It's really weird. It's really, really weird. Super Guy says, where is Super Guy? What are your thoughts on possible online voting? I have a clip about that on my YouTube channel. There are obvious pros and there are some potential downsides as well. Video on my YouTube channel about that. Pear says you could at least read my comment. I did, Pear. I did. Thank you. Thanks to Danielle. Charlie says, are my tax dollars paying for Trump's loudspeaker rentals? Quite possibly. Yeah, quite possibly. Frank asks, Frank Drebin. Oh, the great Frank Drebin from Police Squad. David, how many mail-in votes will be lost or not counted? Will mail-in voting and Trump's efforts to suppress result in a Trump win? I don't know the answers to that, but I have recorded a segment on today's podcast, which will be out in about an hour, where I say that if I'm totally honest with you, voting in person is probably the most likely to have your vote counted correctly. Now, if you can vote early in person, I think that's preferable. November 3rd voting, listen, everybody's going to have to make a call. I'm not going to tell you what's safe and what's not. You have to assess your risk factors for coronavirus and what's going on in your state and decide. But I do think that there is a far more significant chance of your vote being counted and counted correctly if you vote in person. If you vote in person. Keith Jacobs says, did you see Biden bought keepamericagreat.com? I did not. Let me say thank you to a couple of other members. Alex R. is new member number 12. Listen, let me just briefly mention, as we are standing by here for Donald Trump, I would really love it. I would really, really love it if you like what I do. Honestly, even if you don't, but you value it, you don't even need to like it or me. Consider grabbing a subscription at joinpacman.com. It's really cheap. It's really easy. All but a few pennies of your payment get to us. And it directly supports everything that we are doing. And we do have a coupon code, which is a really great coupon code, 2020 now. It saves you 66% off of the price of a membership. We have a goal of 25 members. I will thank everybody who signs up. We had some extremely powerful sign up evenings during the DNC and the RNC. We want to keep it going into September as we approach the election. So in all seriousness, we joke around a lot about membership and hype trains and super chats and all of this different stuff. The system we control in total is the one on our website, joinpacman.com. And I do look forward to welcoming some great people as they sign up. Let's see. Some people are saying Destiny wants to talk to me right now. Yeah, I don't know if we have time for that because it's almost time. I'm covering this event. I'll talk to Destiny anytime when I don't have like something else I'm covering. But I think we're going to stick here for now. Yeah, let's do that. Summarily says, did I hear that that the FBI was investigating Trump for being a Russian spy? No, I did not hear that. I did not hear that. Cogent Oliver asks whether they know what YMCA is about. I do wonder why at every Trump event, even if he's just walking by, they play YMCA. I've never really understood that. I do want to say thanks to Floppy225 for the Twitch Prime subscription, as well as Zeta Rocks for the Twitch Prime subscription, and Shortbus, who has subscribed with Prime as well. Maddie Ice asks if there's any chance Joe Kennedy runs for governor. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. MC Peter File says, my name is Pat. Oh, wait. Okay, I already read that one. Same thing again. Interesting. A user named David Pacman says, David Pacman says, he looked at the comment with a mixture of curiosity and disgust. He would eventually love the comment. Okay. Thanks to Micah. Lazarus says, what's easier for you to understand, Mexican Spanish or Spanish from Spain? That's interesting. You know, I think Mexican Spanish, to be perfectly frank. By the way, I recorded an interview yesterday in Spanish with a great Puerto Rican podcast. And my plan is, after he releases it, I am going to subtitle it and upload it to my YouTube channel. And I think it'll be something different. I think it might be interesting for people. So that was recorded yesterday. And we're going to put that up on our YouTube channel soon. Jose Vasquez asks, how good is Manu Ginobili? Fantastic. Excellent basketball player. Oh, did something happen with my mic? Was there like a weird staticky noise with my mic? Because that happened earlier while we were filming. Oh, weird. What did it sound like? What I did was I unplugged and replugged everything. It's never happened to us before. Like a blip. Static. Like it wasn't plugged in correctly. That's weird. Yeah, I did unplug and replug everything. If it happens again, let me know. That's really annoying, though. Distortion. I could switch. Whoa, what is that? I could switch to a different voice processor in case that was the issue. I have a backup voice processor with identical settings. But I'm not going to do that right now. That's weird. I don't like, that's never happened to us before, and it happened multiple times today. So that's a concern. Okay, let's continue with various messages that are coming in. Let's see, where were we here? Jake Feldman says, David, if you post a job for a real-time fact checker on monster.com, I'll do the job for free. Keep up the astounding work. Yeah, I don't know that that's a position we're opening in the immediate. Chris Vind says, hi, Sir David. If Donald gets reelected, would that make you worry in terms of being censored in any way, doing your work in independent media? Not really. No, I don't think there's an immediate threat. No. James Montalbano says, did you see today's story about Trump jokingly telling Sarah Sanders to take one for the team with Kim Jong-un after he winked at her? I did see it. It's not really a story for my show, but I did see the story, and it's crazy. Jason Nadal says, did I see the report that showed the store owner Trump visited in Kenosha wasn't the actual current owner of the store? Yes, and I covered that on today's show. Thanks to Margin for the subscription. Griffin Smith says, how big of a threat do I think Tom Cotton is for 2024? Way too early to tell. If in 2012 someone said Donald Trump is a huge threat to be president in 2016, nobody would have believed it. So I think it's useless to speculate in that way right now. We have a crazy number of new members who just signed up. Let me thank some of them. Dean Beaver is new member number 13. Brian Levasseur is number 14. Jeremy Stirk is number 15. Sarah Fisher is number 16. Sandrine Catris is number 17. Shura Sullivan is new member number 18. Hayden Strabel is number 19. And Carly Weiss is number 20. Might be Wise. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. There's a few more. I'll do another batch in a little bit. Anmo Ammo Doom says, I registered to vote for the first time after Lafayette Square. I'm 36. This election is big. It is indeed very, very big. Secret Service looks like they are taking their position, so we are expecting Donald Trump very, very soon. The White House feed has not yet gone live, but we're keeping a close eye on this stream, which is live. If you missed the top of the stream, I had two very exciting announcements. Number one, that my YouTube rep told me that during the RNC, we were the top channel on YouTube for RNC. We surpassed TYT in our live stream coverage and Crooked Media. And we are now slated to hit 1 million YouTube subscribers on October 3rd. We are just 31 days away, which is crazy. It's crazy that things have exploded to this degree. So that's very, very exciting. And where are we right now? We're at about 979. We could get to 980,000 in an instant if a few of the people watching on YouTube subscribe now. It's free. It's completely free. We are just a few hundred subscribers from 980,000. And I would love it if you helped me along in that. Let's see here. Just Go Travel says, DP, how can you criticize Trump for the way he tell lies and put people down while you do the same in your YouTube title before the event even happens? It's satire, guys. It's become a thing to have these hyperbolic YouTube titles like Donald Trump urgently speaks, humiliates himself. And by the way, has Trump ever spoken at one of these rallies and not humiliated himself? So I would argue that what you're saying, I just don't care. You know, we're all having a good time here, all right? Give me a break, guys. Richard Lopez said, things are dark, all right? My YouTube titles are not the problem. How about the fact that the president wondered about injecting isopropyl to treat a virus? That's the problem, not my YouTube titles. Okay. Richard Lopez says, David, if Trump wins or loses, is anyone else worried about the Trump kids running for POTUS? Okay, yeah, so I addressed that a few minutes ago, and that is a very, very big concern. Vincenzo Dukes says, Trump really showing his true colors, abusing his power in office and sending very powerful shots and blows across the bow at poor defenseless Soup. Yeah, Trump taking his anger out on Soup. Thanks to Mary for the subscription. Miss Kimberly says, how many QAnon phrases do you think Trump will toss his cult today? It's hard for me to say because I don't know what those phrases are. I don't know too many QAnon phrases. Something Somewhere says, I never got a sub shout out. Okay, well, I don't know where you mean you signed up, but here's a shout out. I appreciate it. Thank you to Anonymous Gifter, who has gifted a subscription to my Twitch channel on Twitch to Bernie Sanders. Thank you. I appreciate that. Couple of other new members to thank. Reginald Jennings. Wow, they're really having trouble with the video at this event. Reginald Jennings is new member number 21. Jeff Lombard is number 22. Francisco Castro is number 23. Daryl Bosher is number 24. Lindsay Miller is 25. Amanda Bunch is 26. Ray Curry is new member number 27 today. Love it. Let's go for 50. We have some signal loss and still no live video from the White House feed. It's really weird that the video is having such problems. It looks sort of windy. I guess maybe that's part of the problem. I don't know. But this is really, really strange. Really strange that the video is so problematic. And judging from the amount of activity, I would imagine that Donald Trump is close to speaking, only 20 minutes late at this point in time. We do have a video alarm. Zesty African says, go Ed Markey. Doesn't have a perfect record, but he's great on climate. Wish Alex Morse would have won as well. Rest in peace, Michael Brooks. An all-encompassing message. Thanks, Zesty. Noogie says, did you read Michael Brooks's book? I ordered a copy. No, I never really read anything in that space. I mostly read science, history, and sort of other things. Christine has grabbed a Soy Boy membership. David Eldridge says, why do conservatives always say the U.S. was founded on Christian values? Because they need to in order to justify their worldview and policy priorities. What's going on with the video is absolutely insane. I'm hoping that soon the White House feed will actually start, because this is not what I would call a high quality feed by any stretch of the imagination. My God. And the camera was like partially covered by something. Unbelievable. Is there a different feed I could pick up? Does anybody know of a different feed? I mean, eventually the White House feed will go live. Let's see what we've got. Trump, North Carolina. So Washington Post is this one. There's a global news feed. Let me see what that looks like. That one's offline. Wow. Yeah, I'm not really finding any other good feeds. Maybe it'll normalize. Can't do news now. The Hill has a feed, but it seems to be the exact same camera. I don't know that it's going to be any better for us. We'll keep that up as a backup just in case. Really weird. A lot of interference happening. Okay. Kyle B says, do people actually believe QAnon garbage? Why doesn't Trump condemn it? Trump doesn't condemn it because they like Trump, and Trump won't condemn anybody who likes him. And it is actually a big enough deal that I decided to have a Media Matters researcher on the show yesterday to talk about QAnon. Alex Kaplan estimated that QAnon sort of numbers in the millions, but not the tens of millions. That was Alex's impression yesterday. Make of it what you will. The full interview will be posted over the weekend. Super Guy says, where did Super Guy's message go? Super Guy says, what's with Massachusetts and Republican governors? Yeah, Massachusetts has a history of being quite left, but electing Republican governors. And there are a number of reasons why. Michael Raleigh says Trump giving a political speech in front of a warship, even one that is a museum, seems to flirt with presidential norms. Am I crazy? Well, if you think this is bad, what about the RNC speech at the White House? Right? That's really bad. Just Go Travel says, explain the reason for your YouTube title. Oh, Trump humiliates himself every time he does a rally. That's the explanation. Thanks to Lawrence for the subscription. Thanks to Short Bus, who has gifted a subscription over on Twitch, which I am so thankful for. Zesty African says the mic glitch sounded like the OG moon landing radio. It was only for a Mississippi second, though. No worries. Yeah, but I don't like it because this is a pretty new mic. As many of you know, I recently switched from the EVRE20 to the Shure SM7B. And if I've had all of this exact equipment for years, never a single problem. I switched the mic, all of a sudden I sound like the moon landing audio. That's not good. That's not good. All right, we've had signal loss again. Let's try going over to a different feed now. This feed is from they're having the same issue. Yeah, so it's some kind of master video feed issue. And the White House feed has still not started, interestingly enough. Running very, very late. Jane Woman Power says, so happy I opened my YouTube, and there you are, covering a live stream. Thanks so much for keeping the sanity while covering Trump. Thank you. L. McVicar says, that was a straight stranger than fiction moment back there. Don't worry, I caught it. LOL, BZ Davids. I don't know what that means. I'm uncertain about that. D. Campbell says, yay, Spanish content finally. Can't wait for more. Excelente. Felicidades. Thank you. Yeah. If you missed it, yesterday I recorded an interview in Spanish. It was in Spanish from the standpoint of language. And once the host posts it to their channel, he gave me the go-ahead to post it to my channel, and I will be posting it with subtitles. So everybody will be able to understand the conversation. Jake Caberna says, can you and Anthony Fantano do a YouTube video or interview soon? I'd be glad to do something with Fantano anytime. Thanks to Pup Steam and Richard for the subscriptions. Friendly Fire says, what do you think of Australia censoring lockdown protests? I'm not aware of that. I didn't know that happened, so I wouldn't be able to say too much about it. Christopher and Nicholas have grabbed YouTube memberships. Yabbits says, Honolulu, Pearl Harbor would be far better as America's first World War II heritage city, in my opinion. Corey Price has subscribed. Chris says, how can Trump win without the black vote? Well, he won in 2016 without the black vote. I guess that's mostly that the proof is in the pudding, so to speak. Bumper Miss grabbed a subscription. The Glaive says, how do you hold real conversations about policies and politics in an era where misinformation is debated as if it were real on the 24-hour news cycle? Right. And in fact, this came up in the interview that I did on the Spanish language podcast yesterday, which is, it's great to have differences of opinion and to explore them. But if we can't even agree about the basic facts as a jumping off point for those opinion differences, it's very difficult to do much at all. And that is exactly right. That is exactly right. I don't know that you can. Thanks to Jamie for the super chat. Attila says, good game for the chess match. When is the next one? Today at 5 p.m., I have a Pog Champs matchup. Anita, not going to fall for it, but Anita says this program is about unsolved mysteries. Whenever possible, the actual family members and police have participated in recreating the events. I don't know what Anita is talking about. I really don't. Very, very unusual message. Leica says, let me give you a coffee break on me, David. Right. Well, £5 now that I'm just, at home, I have my own espresso machine, and I've estimated that a cappuccino is about 45 cents from the standpoint of coffee beans and milk. So you've really given me like 10 coffees worth there. People standing up, I'm guessing it's been announced that there's an even longer delay now happening. Trump, of course, scheduled to speak half an hour ago. And, well, that was 30 minutes ago. As you can tell, he's not yet speaking. Lazarus says, I'm from San Diego, now living in Krakow, Poland. Love watching your show. I think you're the best one. Thank you. N. Lindsay says, even when Trump gets forced out of office, his base will still be listening to him. Exactly. I've made that point recently, and it is a very important point. That means senators and congressmen will still be scared of his tweet. We will have to deal with Trumpist sympathizers in the House and Senate and just in the general population for a very long time. Thank you to Mommy Chickson as well as Sneaky Gaming for the Twitch subscriptions. You guys are subscribers 1,352 as well as 1,353 on Twitch. By popular demand, I'm now keeping the Twitch subscribers on screen. People seem to like that. Okay. JF Gamby says, I'm having soup tonight. Don't call the police. Hope it's matzo ball. Other super chats coming in. Frank Drebin says, has a civil war begun? Are these protests the starter to the main course of violence in November? Looking at this from across the pond, really worried. I have a video on Friday coming out about that, where I go in detail into that. Mada says there should be more talk about Trump-Biden in terms of administration picks. Kyle talks about how bad Trump versus Biden is, but nobody is addressing how would Biden administration picks be better than Trump's, Betsy DeVos, etc. It should help people vote for Biden. Very well said. Very well said. The Trump cabinet is a disaster, and the Biden cabinet would at least be a return to some sense of normalcy. Completely agree with you. David Gora says, did you hear that the QAnon leader is also the owner of 8chan? I did not. Bay Photo says, I'm always fascinated by the visual elements, whether it's washing machines or Navy ships. Trump always needs some sort of elements of patriotism. Yeah, I don't know that a washing machine is patriotic. I mean, I guess having clean clothes is sort of militaristic in some sense. Maybe that's the connection. I'm not totally sure. But yeah, always have visual elements. Just Go Travel says, I support Biden, but I get angry when the Trump hardcore fans are biased and already beforehand criticize Biden. And what are you doing? I'm starting to a little bit lose the thread of Just Go Travel's super chats. I'm not really sure. Mada says, I said Kyle because Kyle makes comparisons between Biden, Trump, but never addresses administrations. Was wondering if you could call it out and talk about each possible department with Trump versus Biden. Yeah, I think we will do a sort of cabinet, not kind of a cabinet, what would it be? Wrap up or analysis. I think that would be interesting. Other people I want to thank because they signed up on my website and they are really great people. Rollin Prince is new member number 28 today. Nico Menapace is new member number 29 today. Looks like things are sort of happening here. Okay. Lorraine Thames is new member number 30 today. Jason Wharton is number 31. Abe Baginski is number 32. Elaine Perry is new member number 33. And Jacob Zishka is new member number 34. It does look maybe like the Secret Service agents that were with Trump at the landing are now here, which maybe is a sign that we are expecting Donald Trump soon. But who knows? Should I be recognizing this guy? I don't know who that is. Maybe some of you guys know. Okay. Heather Hank says, why haven't families been vocal about bounties? It is surprising that has not gotten more attention. Yeah. Steve Calhoun says, does Trump qualify for the biggest mass murderer in USA history? Probably not, but, quote, it is what it is. Yes, that is a direct quote from Trump. Prior Guy says, Tammy Joe, you can pet that dog. Pet that dog. I don't know what that's about. I have no idea what that's about. Yeah. Okay. So I see people in Twitch chat telling me to talk to Destiny right now. Trump is about to come out, so we're not going to do that right now. But I'll talk to Destiny soon if people want me to. Auntie's Weeble, as well as Nolan and Sneaky Gaming, are new members on Twitch. Mommy Chickson also has subscribed on Twitch, which I appreciate. The video blacking out or browning out, as the case may be, just moments from the start of what it seems like is going to be Donald Trump's speech today. Really terrible video coverage from this event. Really, really bad. People are standing and taking pictures now, so I wonder if they're taking pictures of Trump. But it's all very strange. Very, very strange that it is something strange. From what I understand, it's only a 5-minute ride from where Trump landed to this event. That may be wrong, but it's been a long time. It's really strange. Miss Kimberly says a couple big QAnon phrases are a light at the end of the tunnel and the invisible enemy. Trump will toss those out there in an awkward repetition. I didn't know the invisible enemy was a QAnon thing. I'm not sure about that. Ammo Doom. Whoa, where did Ammo Doom go? Ammo Doom said, 2024, no more seniors. Patty says, David, please forgive my ignorance. What is the red, white flag to the right on the stage? I have no idea. Maybe that's the state flag of North Carolina. It does. There's a C on it. Let's see what's going on here. I guess something is happening, guys. I don't really know. Super Guy says, COVID loves Trump rallies. No masks anywhere. Megan Gaddis says, you and Secular Talk are my favorites. Love your live streams. Thank you. I appreciate that. Keegan says, lots of Biden signs out in Fort Lauderdale. I know it's anecdotal, but hopefully a good sign for November. Love your channel. Let's hope so. Oh, this is Mark Meadows, right? Is that Mark Meadows right here? I believe it is. Trump's chief of staff. Horrible, horrible person. Nobody knows. Okay, maybe it's Mark Meadows. All right. Very good. By the way, I expect that Trump is going to be a disaster during this speech because he's going to come out extremely fired up. I'm expecting upper Trump. Jacob Dixon says there's a preamp called Cloud Lifter. Got one right here. That you can use that should solve your Shure problems. Worth it since the mic is really nice. No. I've got a Cloud Lifter. Here it is. See it in the corner of the screen? Oh, no. Hold on. See it there? There's my Cloud Lifter. So, yeah, we've got one of those. That is not the issue. I can assure you that was not the issue with the microphone. Hunter Reed says, David, do you prefer the Derby or the pork pie? I don't eat pork, so I'm going to go with the Derby. Yeah. Fazegt says, it's weird Trump drapes himself in military aesthetic while simultaneously being a draft dodger. President Bone Spurs. Everyone's standing now. Why are people standing? I'm guessing it's because Trump is about to walk out.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Finally.
And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free.
We're going to stick with this stream because I find it to generally be a better stream and less interrupted. Okay, so we're going to stick with it.
And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her.
By the way, the idea that Trump from Queens likes country music is laughable.
Thank you very much. And that was some greeting we had in North Carolina. I'll tell you, I don't know if you saw the crowd outside, but it's pretty amazing. But we've had it in Texas and Ohio, and South Carolina, Florida, where it's just incredible what's happening. Please sit down, please. And I'm honored to be in North Carolina in the presence of true American heroes as we commemorate the 75th anniversary of the American victory in World War II, and a victory it was. On September 2nd, 1945.
Prepare for Trump to draw parallels between World War II and him trying to get himself reelected.
Surrender aboard the USS Missouri in Tokyo Bay. VJ Day marked the end of the deadliest conflict in human history and the ultimate triumph of American freedom. It was a big day. It was a great triumph, a great country. And our country is greater than ever before. That's what's happening, and that's what it is. Greater, with a greater military. With a greater military than we've ever had before. We're deeply moved to be joined this afternoon by World War II veterans, all of whom I've met, all of whom are tough. I don't want to mess around with any of them, I'll tell you right now. Whose blood, sweat, grit, courage, and unfailing devotion made that epic victory possible. These brave Americans raced into the fires of hell to vanquish tyranny, dethrone fascism, and defend the American way of life. You've earned the eternal and undying gratitude of all Americans, and that's why I'm here today. I wanted to be with you.
Huh.
You know what I'm talking about, don't you? We had a good time a little while ago, right? Over at the Oval Office, Congressional Medal of Honor. We're privileged to be joined as well by veterans from every generation, including a number of wounded warriors. We stand in awe of your service. I can say that. So respected, so loved. We are in awe. Joining us for this commemoration, our Secretary David Bernhardt. Secretary, where is David? Thank you, David, very much for being here. A great senator, a real friend of mine, a tremendous senator, actually, and he works very, very hard, and he loves the people of North Carolina. Senator Tom Tillis. Tom, thank you very much. And some warriors, they're in Congress, and they're tough and they're smart. Representatives David Rouser, Ted Budd, and Dan Bishop. Thank you, fellas. They are tough, but you're not as tough as these guys, I'll tell you right now, right? You're not as tough as them. There's no better place to mark this profound World War II anniversary than right here in Wilmington, North Carolina. The people of this city and this state, and its incredible state, and I want to thank you for being so nice to me. You've been very nice. Very, very nice.
That's all he cares about.
We've asked for something, but I've been nice to you also, I have to say that. But you made the extraordinary contributions to the war effort. That's North Carolina made this extraordinary contribution, and so many. Nearly 2 million American servicemen trained for combat in North Carolina, more than any other state. Wow, that's pretty good, isn't it, huh? Who would know that? 2 million.
Wow, that's pretty good, isn't it, huh?
State. Over 360,000 service members from your state fought in the Second World War. They battled on the cliffs of Normandy, over the skies of Africa, and in the deep waters of the Pacific. Over 11,000 North Carolina patriots fought the enemy until their very last breath. You know what that means, right? Think of that, 11,000 died in the war. We want to thank you, boy. And we have
really puts 190K dead from COVID into perspective, doesn't it?
In Wilmington, more than 20,000 workers of the North Carolina Shipbuilding Company poured out every ounce of their strength to build an astonishing 243 ships for the U.S. Navy. And it was the citizens of Wilmington who came together to save a priceless artifact of American history, the glorious battleship behind me, the USS North Carolina. And that is some powerful and beautiful ship coming in. We got plenty of televisions on Air Force One.
What is he talking about?
And they showed it in prime time in the 40s. And they showed that ship, and I'll tell you, they don't make, I shouldn't say this, they don't make them that way anymore. They really don't.
What?
What a beautiful ship. During World War II, this magnificent ship participated in many major naval offenses. And in the Pacific Theater itself, including the Marshall Islands, Iwo Jima, and Okinawa, earning more battle stars than any other battleship. We're learning a lot today, right? That's pretty good. Why are you...
What Trump means by that is this is the first he's ever heard of any of this stuff.
Virginia, so do I, right? But we're clapping anyway, right?
Clapping.
You better believe it. Thank you. After the war, the people of Wilmington organized...
As you can see, my prediction of upper Trump was accurate today.
The scrapyard. They preserved it as a memorial to the gallant deeds of American sailors, a monument to the American workers that built it, and an enduring symbol of American greatness. Now more than 200,000 people visit the site each year to learn the history and the heroism that defines our nation. This afternoon, my administration is formally recognizing the city's exceptional contributions to victory in the Second World War. It is my tremendous honor to officially designate Wilmington, North Carolina, as our nation's very first World War II heritage city. That's a big deal.
I don't know that that's logical. No offense to Wilmington, but I do think the person earlier who said, what about, you know, Hawaii, Pearl Harbor maybe would be more relevant. I'm just not sure.
There, I tell you, we may have to go a little quicker than I thought, right? With this designation, we proudly...
As we know, Trump doesn't go out in the rain.
Don't tear down the past. We celebrate our heroes. We cherish our heritage. We preserve our history, and we build the future. This mighty vessel and this magnificent town will forever tell that story with this designation. So I want to just congratulate North Carolina and Wilmington.
I'm sure you guys understand that if Trump is out in the rain, his hair will do things Trump does not want to be seen in public doing. Let's put it that way. That's his concern here.
Stand up, please, in between the lightning bolts, for their work to make this day possible. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, fellas. Great job. And let me also thank retired Navy Captain Wilbur Jones, who has championed the cause of World War II heritage cities.
Yeah,
Wilbur,
expect Trump's spray tan to be all over his shirt collar if it starts raining.
Great job. Great job. So, Wilbur, you know a lot of people wanted this, right? So you are just a tough cookie. You got it. Number one in the nation. I want to thank Wilbur. That's great. I also want to recognize several of the heroes who saved American freedom.
I like how he's just paging through the entire thing now that it's sprinkling.
There they are. Here today is my good friend who I just left, and he was in the Oval Office with me at the White House, Woody Williams. 75 years ago, Woody showed fearless courage as a Marine in the Battle of Iwo Jima. You are amazing. I promised him I would not tell that he's 97 years old. I promised. I'll tell you, he's 100% sharp. He's 100% sharp. I know a 78-year-old that's not so sharp, and he's
There
97.
it is.
And
The
he's
attack on
100%,
Biden.
because it has nothing to do with that. 78.
Trump, who unprovoked denied having multiple strokes, even though nobody alleged it, is saying Joe Biden's having a health issue.
Physically in great shape. He braved a torrent of hostile fire while destroying one enemy machine gun position after another, knocked them out one after one for his daring actions. President Truman, think of that, awarded Woody the Congressional Medal of Honor, the highest in our land. Woody, congratulations. You inspire us all. It was great to have you on Air Force One. I had promised him, maybe 2 years ago, I said, I'll take you on Air Force One. He came up. He's very aggressive. He said, I'd like to fly on Air Force One. I said, I'll do it. And today we did it, right? We got it done. Thanks, Woody. Great job.
Trump actually seems scared of rain. I'm realizing he seems scared.
World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. During the Second World War, Paul proudly served on the USS North Carolina in the Pacific Theater. At 93 years old, he has returned today to visit the ship upon which he so nobly served. He's a tremendous man. Paul, it's our honor to have you with us. Please, Paul, stand up. Thank you, Paul.
Stand
Thank
up,
you.
sit down, got to keep moving.
Perfect. Thank you, Paul. Great job, Paul. Appreciate it. Here as well is Army veteran Greg Melikian. When Greg was 20 years old, he
risky.
served as a radio operator in the headquarters of Supreme Allied Commander General Dwight D. Eisenhower. I'd love to have heard some of those conversations. Much more interesting than today, right? 75 years ago, General Eisenhower directed Greg to broadcast around the world the long-awaited news that Germany had surrendered. Greg, your being here is very, very much appreciated. Thank you very much. It was a great honor meeting you before. Thank you very much.
I think the Trumpists are embarrassed by this. Only 4,000 people are watching this on the White House YouTube channel, and 12,000 are watching it with us.
The blessings of liberty that you fought for and that you bled for, all for security. You wanted to secure our future. You wanted to praise and raise our flag, and you did that. You raise our flag, and you stand proud, and you stand tall. And we're doing it in our nation, too. Almost everyone. Every once in a while, you see somebody not do it. We don't like it when they don't do it, do we? We don't like it. So I want to just thank you. Fantastic job. American warriors did not defeat fascism and oppression overseas only to watch our freedoms be trampled by violent mobs here at home. We stopped those violent mobs very easily. All they have to do is say, please come in, Mr. President. We'll have it done in 1 hour. Please come in. It's one of the great, to me, just incredible that they don't immediately, they just, as you know, at Portland, the mayor last night, he was raided. His home was raided. He was thrown out of his home. And then he'll stand up and he'll fight for these people. These people only know one thing, and that's strength. That's all they know, strength. And we have strength. For the sake of all Americans, we must uphold the rule of law and defend the American dream for every child in our land. We must teach our children that America is the land of heroes like you. You're heroes. You know that, right, Woody? You're heroes. You're great, great men. Great men. Better believe it. We're not ashamed in America. We're not ashamed of anything. I signed a very important edict recently. 3 months ago, they were ripping down statues. I said, you can rip them down, but you're going to serve 10 years in jail if you do. And as soon as I did...
Remember, we already had laws against ripping down statues.
...is coming down, have you? Statues are monuments. But we're not ashamed of our country. We're proud of our country, prouder than we are of anything else. Our country is great, and we're going to keep it that way. We're going to keep our country great. Together, we will remember America's towering victories. We will recognize America's outstanding virtues, and we will pay tribute to the heroes who keep us safe, strong, proud, and free. And I also, in addition to our wonderful, brilliant military, I want to thank law enforcement, because the law enforcement, without them, we're not here today very well. They've done an incredible job, really an incredible job. And thank you again to the World War II veterans in attendance today. This is such a great tribute to North Carolina. We will never forget what you did for us. Your legacy is etched forever into the heart and soul of a grateful nation. And this spot is right now one of the most important military spots anywhere in the world. Congratulations to everybody, and thank you for making it come true. Thank you all very much. God bless you. God bless North Carolina, and God bless America. Thank you all very much.
Oh, man.
Thank you.
That's the whole thing. Oh, my God. That's the entire event, guys. What a what a mess. Oh, my God. Uh-oh. Is that a ramp? Trump has not done so well with ramps before. Oh, no. Okay, I see. He's going to go out the back. Was that an 8-minute speech? He flew there for that? Is my tax money paying for this? What a bizarre, bizarre speech. Unbelievable. Let's see what's happening. Yeah, so the requisite YMCA going on there. So, all right, Donald Trump getting in and out very, very quickly there. And, yeah, I don't really know what to make of it. Very stupid, a very stupid event. I can tell you with complete and total certainty. And yes, Donald Trump humiliating himself. What a surprise. What a surprise. Okay, that's going to do it for me. I do have a PogChamps chess match at 5 East, 2 West today. You can find me... I won't be streaming, but it'll be on the chess.com Twitch account and any number of other accounts. So I will see you guys then. Thank you for joining me as the crowd heading for the hills very, very quickly here. Thank you.